The Jessi hate train is getting out of hand, and here's how. After an underage teenage fan came forward accusing Jessi of not taking responsibility when he was assaulted by someone in her group, things spiraled quickly. This fan had approached Jessi for a photo, but instead he was physically abused by someone in her group, as stated by the victim of the story. While Jessi claimed she didn't know the attacker, netizens have been cyberbullying her since she left the scene when things escalated. Many felt she should have at least called the police. At first, rumors spread that the attacker was an acquaintance of Jessi, even though she had denied it. Things got more critical when another individual stepped forward, accusing Jessi of previous physical abuse. Jessi, however, issued two public apologies, saying she deeply regretted how she handled the situation. She has also been officially dropped by all her sponsors and brands. But despite these apologies, K netizens continue to hound her online. Recently, things reached a new level when Jessi posted an Instagram story, sharing a hate message where someone told her they'd be happy if she committed suicide by taking some pills. Jessi responded, pleading for the hate to stop. But is all this hate really necessary? There's a twist to the story that most people might not realize. New CCTV footage shows Jessi sitting with someone standing opposite to her, possibly Koala, her producer. In the footage, we can see the teenage fan approaching Jessi. She politely declined the fan's request for a photo. However, the fan kept coming back, even flashing his phone's light at her, trying to take a picture despite her refusal. We also see Koala attempting to protect Jessi by keeping the fan at a distance. Though Koala was there to protect her, things escalated when another individual, whom Jessi had just met that day, attacked the fan, possibly because they didn't like his behavior. Jessi can be seen trying to drag the hand of the abuser before the fight got extreme, and as she watches the whole scene unfold in front of her, she might feel like things have gotten too out of hand. We can see there is so much happening in the footage, and Jessi is visibly anxious and worried. Even though Jessi was clearly concerned about the situation, she couldn't physically intervene in the fight. We all know the obvious reason for that. She's a girl, out late at night, facing a chaotic scene, and was understandably worried about her own safety. But who is truly at fault here? Is it the fan, who couldn't handle a no from his favorite idol? Was it Jessi, who simply declined his photo request because she wasn't comfortable at the time? Or maybe it's the random guy who appeared out of nowhere and escalated the situation into a full-blown mess? Perhaps it's the media, which sensationalized the event and spread misinformation that fueled more negativity toward Jessi. Or maybe it's the people who are now relentlessly hating on her? In my opinion, everyone involved bears some responsibility here, though not equally. The fan's reaction wasn't appropriate, so why isn't he being held accountable? And what about the guy who jumped into the fight out of nowhere? Was he not in the wrong? So why is all this hate being directed solely at Jessi? Criticizing idols is one thing, but sending them hurtful, deeply personal messages is another, and it can have a lasting impact on their mental health. It seems to me that Jessi is actually the victim here. Sure, she might have made a mistake by not immediately calling the cops, but she was clearly worried and tried to de-escalate the situation. Jessi's career has been affected by this unnecessary chaos stirred up by a fan's impatience and an instigator who escalated things. What do you think? Who's really at fault here? Don't you think Jessi deserves a break from all this hate?